Hola estudiantes, en este video vamos a hablar del futuro. Hey students, in this video we're going to talk about the future. We've learned the present in Spanish 1 for the most part, practiced the past tenses in previous videos and activities in this class, and now I think it's a good time to take a look at how do we use the future in Spanish. And what I think is that the future tenses in Spanish are actually easier than the past tenses. You can let me know what you think. But there's basically a couple different ways to use the future tenses in Spanish, just like in English. Right? So in English we have will, right? I will do something. That's the will or the simple future in English. Now we can also say going to in English, right? You can say, I am going to do something. And that expresses basically the same meaning of something, of the future. So that's a simple future and the going to future, as I like to call it. But yeah, for the simple future in Spanish, you can see that the will form is like adding this different verb ending. So you have the verb hablar, and the endings would be hablaré, hablarás, hablará, hablaremos, hablarán. And so there you can see an example. ¿Cómo crees que será? What do you think it will be like? Right? So there you can see the kind of will form in Spanish. There's different stem changes and irregular verbs, like with every tense. Here you can see some of those and how everything works there. For example, ¿crees que algún día tendrás hijos? Do you think that you will have children someday? Tendrás, will have. So there you see some clear examples of how the future is used with the will form. Now there's also another kind of future tense in Spanish. It's called the periphrastic future, and that's what I call the going to future. And we use this the same in English and Spanish basically, but it's where you use going to in front of the verbs to talk in the future. I think this is a nice shortcut to using the future. It's very useful. So you can say, yo voy a hablar. I am going to speak, right? So the verb going to, voy, I am going to. Or vas a hablar. You are going to speak. And there you can see different examples throughout the activity here of how we can use the verb ir or voy, vamos, van, va, vas to talk about the future. So you could say, for example, yo no voy a decir nada. I'm not going to say anything, or I won't say anything. There you can see how this is used. So two forms of the future in Spanish. That one that we just went over is kind of like the to go or going to future. Then you can also add these types of endings, hablaré, hablarás, to use the will form in Spanish. So take some time to get familiar with these and practice them on your own. ¿Qué vas a hacer hoy? What are you going to do today? ¿Qué vas a hacer hoy? Adiós.